Have you ever asked yourself, how much of royal history is actually real? What if some of the world's most powerful kings and queens weren't even legitimate? Today, we're pulling back the velvet curtain on 4 shocking royal scandals, stories of hidden fathers, secret affairs, and thrones nearly lost to rumor. Let's start in 15th century Spain with a king known not for his power, but for his nickname, the Impotent. King Enrique IV of Castile was tall, blond, and blue-eyed, the image of a perfect ruler. But behind palace walls, there was a problem. His first wife, Blanca of Navarre, remained a virgin for over 13 years. The court went so far as to post scribes outside their bedroom door to record proof of consummation. Nothing. Not a single word written. Enrique blamed witchcraft and had the marriage annulled. But things didn't improve with his second wife, Juana of Portugal. Desperate, Enrique drank strange potions made from bull's testicles and porcupine quills, and even worked with a pioneering Jewish doctor to attempt what might be called the first artificial insemination. Juana eventually gave birth to a daughter, but the child looked suspiciously like Beltrán de la Cueva, a young, handsome courtier always near the queen. The people called the child La Beltranea. When Juana later gave birth to more children, clearly not Enrique's civil war broke out. The king's own sister, Isabella, seized the moment and the crown. She would go on to unite Spain with Ferdinand and launch a global empire, all thanks to one man's failure to produce an heir. Now, let's cross to England. The year is 1442. A boy is born to Cecily Neville in Normandy, a boy who will grow up to become Edward IV, King of England and founder of the Yorkist dynasty. But something's off. Edward is over 6 feet tall, blond, and strikingly different from his dark-haired siblings. And here's the twist. His supposed father, Richard of York, wasn't even in the country when Edward was conceived. So who was the real father? Whispers of an affair between Cecily and a common archer grew louder over the years. Even Edward's own brother, George, used the rumors to challenge his claim to the throne. He failed and was executed by being drowned in a barrel of wine. But the whispers never died. When Edward passed, his 2 sons, the princes in the tower, mysteriously vanished. Their uncle, Richard III, claimed they were illegitimate and seized the crown for himself. A few years later, the Tudors rose to power. But if Edward IV wasn't truly royal, then neither were the Tudors, the Stuarts, or the Windsors who followed. Could the British monarchy be built on a centuries-old lie? Let's move north to 18th century Sweden. Crown Prince Gustav III was theatrical, eccentric, and deeply devoted to art. His queen, Sophia Magdalena, was quiet, devout, and still a virgin after 3 years of marriage. With the kingdom pressuring them for an heir, Gustav turned to an unlikely solution, his friend, Count Adolf Monk. Some say Monk coached the royal couple from behind a curtain. Others claim he did much more. 9 months later, a baby was born, Prince Gustav Adolf. But court whispers pointed to Monk as the real father. The queen gifted him a diamond ring. The king promoted him swiftly. Years later, that child would become king and lose Finland in a disastrous war with Russia. The people had enough. They removed the dynasty altogether and invited a new one, a French general named Jean-Baptiste Bernadotte. To this day, the royal family of Sweden descends not from Viking blood, but from Napoleon's soldier. Finally, we arrive in France, where Napoleon Bonaparte wasn't just building an empire. He was trying to create a legacy. He arranged a marriage between his brother Louis and his beautiful stepdaughter, Hortense. He wanted heirs. Hortense had other ideas. She fell passionately in love with another man, Charles de Flahaut. Her son, Louis Napoleon, eventually became Emperor Napoleon III, a ruler loved by many, feared by some, and possibly not a Bonaparte at all. His reign ended in disaster. He was captured by Prussia